Today we're going to review solving equations involving radicals. We're going to do a couple of these. The first one I have here, I'm going to ask a couple of questions that I want you to ask yourself as you're solving them. How many radicals do I have? Well, my answer there is 1. I have 1 radical. Now, the next question is it by itself? My answer there is no, because of this -4 out front. Well, if it's not by itself, I need to get rid of anything that's with it. So this -4 has to go. I'm going to add 4 to both sides. So now I have the square root of 2p minus 3 is equal to 3. Now my radical is by itself. So now I need to get rid of the radical. Well, the inverse of a square root is to square it. So I'm going to square both sides. The square and the square root cancel each other out since they are inverse operations. And so I only have left what's inside the radical. And 3 squared is 9. Now I'm going to continue and solve my problem. Add 3. 2p is equal to 12. Divide by 2. So that p equals 6. And there's my solution. Well, now I want to make sure that my solution works, so I come back and plug it in my problem. I have -4 plus the square root of 2 times 6 minus 3. Now when this is done, this needs to equal -1. So that's what I need to check to make sure that works. Well, 2 times 6 is 12. 12 minus 3 is 9. -4 plus the square root of 9. Well, the square root of 9 is 3. So -4 plus 3 is indeed -1. So my problem checks. My answer is correct. Well, I want to look at one other problem. Let's go down to this problem. Okay, so I'm looking at this. How many radicals do I have? Well, I have 2. Okay, if I have 2 radicals, I need them to be on opposite sides of the equal sign. Opposite sides of the equal sign. And so now, because these are square roots, I'm going to square both sides. The squaring is the inverse of the square root, so it eliminates that, and all I have left is what's on the inside. 15 minus n is equal to 2n minus 15. I need to solve my problem. Since I have n's on both sides, I'm going to add 1 n to both sides. So I have 15 is equal to 3n minus 15. Now I need to finish my problem. I'm going to add 15 to both sides. 30 is equal to 3n. Divide by 3. And n equals 10. Well, that's the solution that I get. Again, I want to check and make sure that my solution is valid. So I have the square root. I'm going to write it right here below it. The square root of 15 minus 10. Well, that's going to give me the square root of 5. Now on the other side, the square root of 2 times 10 minus 15. Well, 2 times 10 is 20. 20 minus 15 is 5. I get the square root of 5 for both sides. Therefore, my answer checks, and it is correct. You've got to ask yourself about how many radicals that you have. If you only have 1, it needs to be completely by itself. You must eliminate anything that is with it on the outside, and then square it to eliminate the radical and solve your problem. If you have 2, you square both sides and solve your problem.